quickly. Yeah. Yeah, they're so good. Okay, so let's just have whatever we're using for our foot rolling on our mat, and let's just take a few breaths together. So arms can be by your side. You know, our habit is to palms face the body. So let's externally rotate them. Okay, so we feel an opening, it broadens the chest. Other option is hands on body. Inhale through nose, exhale through mouth. Do that a couple times. Wow. 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 See if a pursed lip breath wants to come in. So the first one, the cleansing breath, in the nose, out the mouth, helps us arrive here. Just helps us ground, arrive, drop into the moment. And then when we do a pursed lip breath, we can feel as we inhale through nose, purse the lips, blow out the mouth. That this helps regulate the nervous system. So if we're feeling a little bit heightened, or if we came, I don't know about you, but there's a lot of different places where you're driving these days and you hit construction and you hit construction. And so you pause, you just notice, oh, I'm feeling a little heightened from that. And then you respond to that by doing an action that helps shift it. Hello, Michelle. Good to see you. You could just mute yourself. That would be really great. Yes. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. So as you arrive and you notice as we land in our feet, and just feel, how are you anchoring through the feet? Are your toes touching the ground? Are your heels? Do you have an evenness between toes and heels? Outer foot, inner foot? Just take a moment to inquire what is happening. And then rooting down through the foot that you want to start the rolling on. And just remember there's a little shift over to that leg, but we're not in any way allowing the hips to move too far out to the side. So we just feel, okay, we just shift the weight a little bit on, but we still notice as we exhale that pulling in. So you might do an SH breath of shh. So I'm doing kind of more the lower transverse. You can even focus on the upper. And as you push the floor away evenly, you wait until the other leg starts to lift. And you might feel that visual of pulling energy up through the top of your head as you root down and gather in. And if you do want to do the lengthen and release, sometimes a few ankle circles might want to come in. You can also do these on the floor. And then you're going to roll on the ball. Some of us are using the dowel, some of us are using the pink ball. We also have the two balls taped together. Got the squash balls out. So fun to see all the different tools. So you can roll from toes to heel and then even check in. So there might be a spot where you just want to press into the foot. Something on my computer. Some of you might use the ball to roll along the medial arch. Okay, so right up and through the big toe and the inner heel. So if you're using the two balls, the peanut ball, you might go in between the two balls. Okay, check in with the outside of the foot, the lateral arch. Remember, when we massage, hey, the inner side of the foot, we're affecting myofascially all the way up the inside of the leg, through the inner thigh, into the pelvic floor, and then up through the body. Likewise, with the lateral foot, you're affecting through the outside of the hip. So some of us notice, oh, I get a lot of holding right in the outer hip. If you focus on maybe focusing on what's happening in your feet, you might feel, oh, I do hold there, and that's going to influence how much I hold in the hip. And then the sole of the foot, okay, is going to go right up through the back of the leg. So really feeling how we're all interconnected. And you switch feet at any time. My body just wants me to finish up just a couple more rounds here on this first foot. Just take time as you're foot rolling to notice what is happening to your posture, to your alignment, to your integrity. Mm. Yeah. Mhm. You just feel as you create that space for yourself to roll and really listen to how the body's responding to the rolling, where you're getting directed, which is going to be very different from side to side for some of us. Some of us will find a pattern. And so you just allow that foot rolling to continue for as long as you want. We'll remove the foot rolling off to the side just so we don't have anything on our mat that's a tripping hazard. And then you can just stay facing forward. I'm going to turn to the side. So a lot of the time we go into a forward fold. So you'll feel sometimes after foot rolling how the back of the body is a little bit more released. Sometimes it's fun to do a forward fold before you foot roll and then forward fold after. I can always bring that in next week. So you're going to feel exhale out the mouth. Oh. And then inhale, and you want to feel right at the crease of the hips, the pelvis releasing back. So we want a flat back, and this is creating length. So sometimes you can even put your thumbs in the hip crease and lengthen. So I'm just gently pulling my pelvis back, which is creating some length in the spine. And then once you come into a flat back, you can release the arms, press the feet evenly through toes and heel. Lean out the top of the head forward and back through the sit bones. Let the sit bones widen. That encourages a nice alignment of the pelvis through our femur bones, which are our thigh bones, as we swing the arms, circle them. Remember, if you have any strain in the shoulder, like a little tear, you can always pull the ball of the shoulder up into the socket, and that will release any pull that you feel on a strain that maybe is a little bit more an acute awareness. Okay, and then you choose here. Do I want to stay? If you are going to go forward, it is a reaching up of the sit bones as your feet press down. Keep the spine nice and long. Let the head go. Hands can be on the floor. Arms can dangle. You can bend the elbows, hold. Right hand holds left, left hand holds right. And then let's just do a little bit of lateral release here. So you're just going to allow the arms to come over towards the right side. So the side of, if you're not touching the floor, it's just to the side of the leg. Take a few breaths there, keep the weight even, and then inhale through center and exhale to the other side. Just doing a little axial rotation just to release side body. When you're ready, you come back to center. Start to generously bend the knees. Notice the knees are tracking over the second and third toe. Hands can decide to come onto the thighs. Arms can elevate. Lifting heart, maybe an SH breath. Uh, Now, as we do another SH breath, check in with your feet. Are there some parts of your toes or your inner heel or your outer heel that isn't rooting? Maybe it's on one foot. You might even bounce a tiny bit, only if it feels good. And then bounce as you push down, reach up, inhale, exhale, release the arms. Okay, let's go into a little release through a swinging twist. Time to warm up. We're always doing these moves to move the spine in all directions, right? So we've had a flexion, we're going into axial rotation. Now we're going to slow it down and go into a lateral. So plant the feet and reach the arm up. Okay, now check in. If shoulder isn't wanting to go that high, then just touch the hand to the shoulder. And you can reach and lengthen through the elbow, or you can grab hold of the wrist. Okay, as you're tugging, if you are doing the tugging, pull that side of the rib cage in and down. Just a little. Might be a mindful awareness. You might do that SH breath. And you might open up, back, down, forward, switch sides. Okay, pull that side of the rib cage down and pull it in a little bit. So you can feel that lateral release. Take your time. You might go back and forth from side to side a couple times. Some of you might want to, when you're ready, there's no rush, interlace hands behind the head and do that little neck release. So you're not pushing on the neck, you're just no lower than the base of the occipital ridge. And then reaching elbows out to the side, just feel your shoulder blades come together. Gather your ribs and lower them down a little bit. SH breath. Now lean your hands and your head evenly into each other. So notice how much you're putting the hands into the head and lean your head back. So what we're doing is we're strengthening the cervical erector muscles, but also the flexor muscles. I feel like you have a little string reaching out the top of your head or each of the tip of your ears. And then we're going to slowly, as you keep leaning head into hand, let the inner elbows come towards the skull. And then as you exhale, just release the chin down towards the chest. But I want you to keep lifting up into the hands. So not only pulling down on the skull, I want you to lean the skull up into your hands as you have the chin towards your chest, just releasing the neck, the upper trapezius muscle. Breathe here, sometimes out the mouth. Ah. Now just keep your head where it is. Release your hands. And you're going to bring your chin just over, so it just comes over to the right side of your chest. Then you're going to keep your chin softly where it is, but you're going to tip your right ear to your right shoulder. And your chin will lift a little bit. And I want you to notice the side of the neck. So we've released this muscle before. It's your sternocleidomastoid muscle. So try not to fold forward, Donna, if you can. So standing, yeah, nice and tall, chin to chest, right. The chin coming over to the right side and then right ear to the shoulder. And then you're just breathing through left side of the neck. And you might even do a little nodding of yes or a little movement of no until you feel, ah, there's the stretch that I'm looking for. Relax your jaw. Draw the shoulders down, reach up through the ears and the top of the skull. Yeah, better. And then come back, chin towards chest. And then your chin is going to come over to the other shoulder. Sorry, the other side of the chest, and then your ear. So chin's towards left side of the chest, left ear towards left shoulder. Good. Try not to roll forward. And then just do a little movement. It's very gentle of a no and a yes until you feel that magic place for you where you're lengthening through the side of the sternocleidomastoid muscle. So it runs from the side of the neck. It attaches onto our ribs and our clavicle. And then come back. And then just do a little movement of teetering the chin from side to side just to release that. Little fluidity, dynamic quality as the head lifts up. And just take note how you feel.